Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I'm a spiritual medium and reader. Today I've got a message for Sagittarius. To let you know how this works, I have talked to my guides in spirit and asked for specific and deep messages to come through the cards. Now, I'm reading a collective energy right now. This is not like the one-on-one readings I do offer, but when I ask for specific messages, I know that I am talking to at least one specific person, but I trust my guides that they're going to give us a whole story that will tie together kind of what's going on in your general world and will still be deeply meaningful for you. And there's some really getting some strange words from your cards, words that I've never really heard before, and seeing things that I haven't really heard before. So this is really a new week and a new time for you. There's like a new light starting to percolate is the word they just gave me. So I'm getting a little ahead of myself though. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and you are strongly encouraged to subscribe to this channel so that you can stay and benefit from the consistent spiritual advice every week, the consistent advice and information that comes from the other side to help you keep moving forward on your spiritual path. So it's really to your benefit to subscribe and stay in contact with that. And for those of you returning, so great to see you again. Thank you so much for your support. It's really invaluable to me. So let's go ahead with your reading. Like I said, some things are starting to wake up. The energy around you this week, we've got the Page of Wands. And what is standing out to me most on this card is all of this light, these little lights starting to glimmer. And you're being asked to extrovert your energy a little bit more, to bring it out and to kind of show up in public. But for some reason, you're like not in that mood this week. We've got the star. And although the star, I'm sorry, I drew them this way. Although the star looks like it's supporting the page, it's almost like the star is standing behind. You're kind of like, you've gone through something very stressful and you just want to be out of the limelight for a little bit. You just want to lay low. You just want to have your own space and not show up as that kind of shining, happy, peppy, enthusiastic person. You're really wanting to withdraw into the inside. And a lot of this is the fear of acceptance, because there is a new facet of yourself that you have discovered, and you're still a little bit wobbly about showing it to other people, about having it be seen in public. So there are glimmers of it. Again, that glimmers of light. You've had moments where it's shown or people have kind of perceived that there's something a little bit different about you, but you haven't really stepped out into the spotlight. It's kind of like you're edging towards it. So let's keep going with your reading, because you'll see what I'm talking about. 3 of Cups into the 2 of Swords and then into the Queen of Wands. And when I was looking at these cards and I'm staring at this card, all I could see was a column of light down the middle. There we go, like here. And it's hard to see on this camera, but there's like a column of light and she's just doing this. She's playing the harp, but it's like she's playing a harp of light. And the words they gave me were, you're finally singing your own song. And you're strong in this song that you're singing, but for some reason you don't want to show it to other people. And I think it's because you're afraid that they won't understand your song. It's almost like your song is tuned to a different frequency, or you play different harmonies, and they don't understand that tuning, or they don't understand those harmonies. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a musician as well. And just to give you an easy example, Western music, like the music we're used to hearing, is different than music from Asia, like China. They use a totally different set of tuning. And so sometimes when we hear music from there, if we're not used to hearing that tuning, we're like, oh, that's a little off, or that's a little out of tune. But it's just because our context is very different than theirs. So you're finally in your own song, but you're so afraid that the other people won't understand it. And it's like you don't even give them a chance to understand it or not. You've just decided that 2 of Swords, you've decided that they're never going to see it. And so some of you are leading a double life. You're singing your own song in private where it's easy to do that. But when you go out in public, you're doing something else. You're blending in. You're going with the flow, you're fitting with the crowd, you're doing what you have to do to not draw attention to yourself. But in private, you're singing your own song. And remember, look back. The universe is asking this of you this week. The page, the daughter of this. So the universe is saying, come on, let's get a little bit more glimmers going. Let's get a little glitter on. Let's show the people how shiny you are. And you're kind of like, nope, I need to recover. I need to withdraw. I need to, go into my own little cave and not come out for a while because I'm still wounded. I still got to put myself back together. And really, this is not true. None of that kind of pulling away is true because there's a reason for this. You're singing your own song. You ought to be celebrating. And what's really interesting is that on this card, the Queen of Wands, I don't know if you can see, but there's all sorts of little animals. She's got foxes, she's got birds, she's got all of these creatures that understand her song, and they're not like her, right? She's not like a fox. She's not like this little partridge that's on top of her head. There's one up there. See? Little partridge. So she's not like them, but they understand her song, and they are drawn to her. So her song is magnetic to people that aren't like her. So do you understand how powerful her song, which is really your song, is? You can draw people that aren't like you to it. They can understand it, and they're totally mesmerized and inspired by your song. But when you dilute that energy and you just become like everyone else, like the herd, like a sheep, no one hears your song. And yes, momentarily you feel like you fit in and you feel like you've contributed, but it's like everything's the same color. And you're not here to blend in. You're here to be a leader and to stand out and to be in front of the crowd. I mean, no fire sign is supposed to blend in. Let's be totally honest with each other here. There is no way you come into this life with fire sign energy so you can stand behind the curtain hoping no one's going to see you. You're supposed to be out there. That's why, what is fire in its basic element? They just stuck this in my head and it's so simple I could almost fall off my chair. Fire is light. And what do we need when it's dark? We need the light. And nothing else has light. Water, earth, and what's the other one? Air. None of that is light. We need it. But fire, you're coming in here to be light for everyone to see you, for everyone to look at you. So it doesn't matter if your song is different because your song has the power to draw other people in. It's almost like it's a universal song. It's a universal system of tuning or melody that can talk to everyone. And I know they talk about music being the universal language. And again, being a professional musician, I could argue about that with you for about another hour, but that's not what we're doing. We're saying that you have, in your own song, being true to yourself and consistent with yourself, you have the ability to inspire other people, not only to draw them into your song, but to sing their own songs as well. We've got birds flying away from her, so they hear it and then they're inspired to move their wings, which is them. So it's really important that you show yourself, that you show your true self, and that you be unafraid to sing that song and not care what other people think, because it doesn't matter. This option isn't you. I mean, literally water, right? Hello, you're not water. Water puts out your fire. So my big message to you is sing your song loud and proud, and just be amazed at the different things that are going to happen to you, the different doors that are going to be opening, and the different people that you wouldn't expect coming into your life and being touched by the power of your own song and the power of your own voice. So I love this message for you, so I'm really excited to hear how it goes for you. And I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. If you are interested in getting a one-on-one reading or something that's more long-term, like a month or 2 months, I have some availability on my website, True Guidance Tarot. If you'd like to check it out, that would be awesome. And I'll look forward to seeing you next week. So trueguidancetarot.com. I'll see you next time.